Hello, friends, and welcome to another edition of TXN Sports World. I am your host, Anthony Florio, joined as always by good old MF Michael Fletcher and Michael Bullock. Unfortunately, we have to start off this edition of TXN Sports World with some sad news. And it was reported yesterday that Tony Ceragusa passed away at the age of 55. He was best known for his career with the Baltimore Ravens. Of course, that photo, as you saw, was from Super Bowl 35 when the Baltimore Ravens won that Super Bowl in dominating fashion over the New York Giants. He came out of the University of Pittsburgh, undrafted, and played for two teams. He started with the Indianapolis Colts, played with them from 1990 to 1996, and then, of course, with the Baltimore Ravens from 1997 to 2001. Of course, a Super Bowl champion in Super Bowl 35. He finished his career with 562 tackles, 22 sacks, and 9 fumble recoveries. Undrafted free agent in 1990 and was signed by the Indianapolis Colts as a defensive tackle. He used to play nose tackle to draw the double teams when the Indianapolis Colts were in a 3-4 defense or a 4-3 defense. As a rookie, he appeared in 13 games, started 6, and recorded 1 sack, 36 total tackles, and 1 fumble recovery. In the 91 season, was in 13 games, started 6, recorded 2 sacks, a fumble recovery, 46 combined tackles. In the 92 season, he played in all 16 games, started 12, recorded 3 sacks and 65 combined tackles. In 93, he appeared and started in 14 games, recorded 1.5 sacks, 76 combined tackles. 1994, appeared in and started all 16 games, recorded 5 sacks, 88 combined tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. In 95, appeared in and started 14 games, recorded 2 sacks, 49 total tackles, and 1 forced fumble. Ceragusa was a key part of the Colts team that narrowly lost the 1995 AFC Championship game to the Pittsburgh Steelers. After the season, he was unhappy that Colts coach Ted Marchibroda was given a no raise, no extension contract offer that he rejected before leaving the team. Ceragusa was open about his dislike for new coach Lindy Infante and the team's vice president of football operations, Bill Tobin. In 1996, appeared in and started 10 games, recorded 2 sacks, 45 combined tackles, and a fumble recovery. In 1997, Ceragusa signed with the Baltimore Ravens. In 97, appeared in 14 games, started 13, recorded a fumble recovery and 27 total tackles. In 1998, started and appeared in 15 games, recorded a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, 41 total tackles. 1999, started 14 games, recorded 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, 3.5 sacks, and 36 total tackles. Was a part of the 2000 Baltimore Raven defense that allowed the fewest total points in NFL history for a 16-game season. In that 2000 season, he appeared in and started 15 games, recorded a fumble recovery and 27 total tackles. He was, however, fined $10,000 for an illegal hit on Oakland Raiders quarterback Rich Gannon in the AFC Championship game, injuring Gannon's shoulder. He helped lead the Ravens to their first Super Bowl in franchise history in Super Bowl 35, where they beat the New York Giants 34-7. Retired following the 2001 season, where he had 2 sacks and 28 total tackles. Finished his career with 562 tackles, 416 of them solo, 22 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, 9 fumble recoveries for 12 yards and 28 pass deflections in 170 career games. In his post-playing career, he was a sideline reporter and an analyst during NFL games on Fox until his firing following the 2015 NFL season. Ceragusa usually appeared with Kenny Albert, and before Albert, it was Dick Stockton and Kurt Menefee and Daryl Moose Johnston. In 2015, he was paired with Tom Brenneman and Charles Davis. He appeared as Soprano family associate Frankie Cortez in the TV series The Sopranos. He partnered up with Michael Romanelli and opened a restaurant chain called Tiff's. The original name of the franchise was Tiffany's, but after a lawsuit by Tiffany & Company, the luxury jeweler, the name was shortened. He hosted Man Caves on the DIY network, also hosted a documentary program called Mega Machines on the Discovery Channel. He also played a Russian mobster in the 2002 movie 25th Hour. Out of a concern for men with prostate cancer in 2013, Ceragusa began appearing in an ad campaign for Depends for Men, saying, I decided to go and shoot the commercial and bring a little bit of lightness to the problem where guys can talk about it. And after I did the commercial, you wouldn't believe the response. And Ceragusa made a few appearances at his alma mater, the University of Pittsburgh, one of several honorary captains during the renewal of the Penn State-Pittsburgh football rivalry in 2016, soon after ending his stint with Fox. And then yesterday, Ceragusa died in his sleep at his home in Ortley Beach, New Jersey, at the age of 55. And, you know, it came out of nowhere. We didn't hear of any health issues whatsoever when it came to Tony Ceragusa. I mean, but this just happened out of nowhere. And, you know, this is life, man. These things happen. And, you know, it's like in the old Don Henley song, New York Minute, one of MF's favorites. One day they're here, the next day they go. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened here. A solid defensive player. He was not a sack machine by any means, but you know, he had that fun-loving personality on the sidelines, not just in his playing career, but also during his stint on Fox. He was very well liked and respected by all his colleagues and peers, and he got to experience a Super Bowl championship, as evidenced in the photo there. That was from Super Bowl 35, when the Ravens absolutely manhandled the New York Giants from start to finish, one of the most dominating Super Bowl performances in history. And, you know, he's definitely going to be missed. And on behalf of all of us here at TXN Sports World, our thoughts and our prayers and our condolences to the family, friends, and all the former teammates and coaches that played in and worked with Tony Ceragusa, and of course, all of his friends over at Fox Sports, who his broadcast colleagues who he worked with. With that being said, as I always like to say after a passing, Tony Ceragusa, we simply say thank you for the memories, thank you for the inspiration, and thank you for Tony Ceragusa. Not much more to say. Good old MF Michael Fletcher, come on in. We had that Super Bowl, of course. That was back when you were calling the games. That's back when you were lead. He was on that team, Super Bowl 35, the Ravens, when they dominated the New York Giants from start to finish in that Super Bowl. One of the most dominating Super Bowl performances of all time, and we had it. So your thoughts on the life and the career playing and broadcasting of Tony Ceragusa?
Yeah, the Goose. You know, I gotta say that this one caught us by surprise. I think we all were kind of a little caught flat-footed with the death, but you know, the thing is that, like you said, man, life can be so hard sometimes. You never know when it's your time to be heading home, and Tony's heading home. Um, he was a heck of a defensive player. You know, he was part of that crew with Ray Lewis, with Ed Reed, during those days. And, you know, that was the backbone of the Ravens defense. And Tony Saragusa was, without a doubt, a thorn in the side. They gave a lot of nightmares to the offensive linemen. Quarterbacks did not like Saragusa because of, you know, he just knew how to explode the line and get to your quarterback. And, you know, like you said, the tackles, especially the tackles for losses, he was really well at that. And he was a very good player. Now, as far as the commentator goes in Fox, I know we weren't really too fond of him. I know, Anthony, you kind of were very critical of him being a sideline reporter for Fox. I remember very much so how you weren't really a big fan of Tony Saragusa. He was all right. He was fine. He was normally the sideline guy normally a third commentator that was on the field. Didn't really go too far. Always were near the end zones. Was normally where he camped out. Because of his size. And he did a fine job. I thought he did all right for the most part. So I thought, with him doing that, I thought he did a fine job at that. And yeah. I know a lot of Raven fans are very heartbroken right now because, he was very loyal, a great player for them, brought him a Super Bowl 35. Like you said, the most dominating performance. And I remember that very well. It was really one of my last times as lead commentator, at least Super Bowl wise. 37 was my last game that I was the lead for. So, yeah, I mean, it was a great career. He had a pretty good post NFL career, and another guy gone too soon is all I can say. Yeah, my thoughts and prayers are with the Ceragusa family. My thoughts and prayers are with the Baltimore Ravens and Indianapolis Colts, even though he wasn't far with the Colts. And I know there was a little bit of some years where he wasn't really too fond of Indy, but still, I mean, it's a heartbreaker, and there's really nothing more to add. So, nothing more to say. Michael Bullock, I give it to you.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, this one caught us by surprise with him. I mean, because I never heard of him having health problems, but yeah, I mean, he was a fun guy. I mean, obviously part of that defensive unit that was part of that Ravens team that won Super Bowl 35, and then he would go on to have, I mean his broadcasting career. I mean there were times. I mean at the beginning was, like you said, a little critical, but I thought he did a pretty fair job. I mean, not the greatest, but yeah, it was definitely right up there. And of course, he was part of. He was part of. He was on the sideline as part of that crazy divisional playoff game between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers during the 2011 season. I'm sure that's a game I'm sure he's never going to forget. But yeah, I mean, a sad day for the NFL and for the Ravens organization. Thoughts and prayers definitely go out to his family, his friends, and all those that knew this fun and lovable guy. So there's really nothing more to say. It's yours, Florio.
Hard to move on, but we have to move on. So not much more to say that. So so that being said, let's move on. And this was another big story in the NFL that came out this week. Rob Gronkowski announced his retirement from the NFL on this past Tuesday. Tampa Bay Buccaneers tight end Rob Gronkowski is again calling it a career. Gronkowski announced his retirement Tuesday via social media. In a statement, he said, "I want to thank the whole entire first-class Buccaneers organization for an amazing ride, trusting me to come back to play and help build a championship team. I will now be going back into my retirement home, walking away from football again with my head held high, knowing I gave it everything I had, good or bad, every time I stepped out on the field. The friendships and relationships I have made will last forever, and I appreciate every single one of my teammates and coaches for giving everything they had as well. From retirement back to football and winning another championship, And now back to chilling out. Thank you to all. However, Gronkowski's agent told ESPN's Adam Schefter that he wouldn't be surprised if his client could be coaxed out of retirement for a second time by Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady. And he said it would not surprise me if, his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, said it would not surprise me if Tom Brady calls him during the season to come back and Rob answers the call. This is just my opinion, but I wouldn't be surprised if Rob comes back during the season or next season. And we know the numbers for his legendary career, which also spanned over two teams, like the late Tony Ceragusa. Gronk played his college ball at the University of Arizona and was a tight end, obviously. He was with the New England Patriots, Michael Bullock's New England Patriots, from 2010 to 2018. And then from 2020 to 2021, he was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 4-time Super Bowl champion, the first three with the New England Patriots as part of Super Bowls 49, 51, and 53, and then 155 with Tampa Bay. 2014 NFL Comeback Player of the Year, a 4-time first-team All-Pro in 2011, 14, 15, and 17. 5-time Pro Bowler, 2011, 2012, 2014, 2015, and 2017. In 2011, he was the NFL receiving touchdowns leader, a member of the NFL 2010s All-Decade Team, a member of the NFL 100th Anniversary All-Time Team, a third-team All-American in Arizona in 2008, and a first-team All-Pac-10 in 2008. Holds 4 NFL records. Most receiving touchdowns in a season by a tight end with 17. Most career touchdowns in the postseason by a tight end, 15. Most total touchdowns in a season by a tight end, 18. And most 100-yard games by a tight end in NFL history, 32. Retires with 621 career receptions, 9,286 receiving yards, and 92 receiving touchdowns between New England and Tampa. So I'll have more in a little bit, but right now, good old MF Michael Fletcher, come on in. Rob Gronkowski, calling it a career for now, or is he?
Yeah, that was really the debate that we were having with a few of the guys from the job. Of course, with my 2184 crew, we kind of feel like this isn't really the end. I'm sorry. I kind of feel like what you feel, like that this could go either way, that this could end up being an interesting situation. Obviously, there is a talk and a rumor about him possibly being, it going somewhere other than that. But, we'll have to wait and see. But right now, going in, yeah, I'm feeling the same way. I'm feeling kind of the way you feel, is that at the end, I think it's going to be more, whatever Gronk wants to do, he's going to want to do. Right now, I get it. He's got the issue with the back. He had knee problems. He had a bad shoulder. He's got a litany of injuries in his career. So do I blame him for at least stepping down and wanting to get out of the NFL? No, absolutely not. The NFL is a dangerous sport, guys. We know that. So I get why he did it. I get why he wanted it to leave or step away. But if Tommy Brady does say, hey, I need you, can you come back? I'm not going to be surprised if we hear that Gronk unretires a third time and comes back. No, absolutely not. So right now, I like what I see. Gronk has had a great career. It's a Hall of Fame career regardless. I mean, for all the stuff he's done with the Patriots, for all the stuff he's done with the Buccaneers, he's already had a Hall of Fame career. I mean, if he wants to come back, he can come back. He is young. He's only 33 years old, guys. So he's still in the prime years of his career. But the injuries has been what caused them the biggest problems more than anything else. But like I said, we'll wait and see. So nothing to go here, nothing yet. Michael Bullock, I give it to you.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, Gronk retiring again, and yeah, I mean, and even I would not be surprised if he comes out of it. I mean, comes out of retirement again. I mean, because look, Tom Brady. What I think is, the Bucks are going to be on a little bit of a skid offensively, or Tom Brady's going to have one of those times where he's not satisfied with his performance, whether winning or losing, and then he's going to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, Gronk, I think I might need you again, so how about coming out of retirement again?" I would not be surprised if Tom Brady tries to do that. But regardless of what happens, this Gronk's had an unbelievable career. Winning 4 Super Bowl titles, 3 of them with the Patriots, and then of course in Super Bowl 55 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as one of the most dominant tight ends in the history of the game, and like you said, Fletch, 33 years old. He's still young, but it's like you said, with all the injuries that he's had. Playing that tight end position is not an easy thing, and it definitely can take a toll on someone. And it has taken a toll on Gronk through his career, from knee surgeries to back surgeries to arm surgeries. Gronk is a tough guy, but that tight end position is definitely not easy just because of those injuries that I just mentioned. So, yeah, would I be surprised if he does come out of retirement? No, I wouldn't be. But anywho, what a great career for Gronk, and so yeah, there's really nothing more for me to say. So, Florio, it is yours.
And I know you're very grateful for his years of service with your Patriots there, Bullock. All the great years he had with them.
Oh, absolutely. With all the Gronk spikes that he did, he made it popular when he was with the Patriots.
Absolutely. And became, a social media viral sensation, of course. And let's not forget WWE, a former 24/7 champion.
WrestleMania 33.
WrestleMania 33 when he got involved
he helped his buddy Mojo Rawley win that Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah, he sure did. And of course he served as the host for WrestleMania 36 and won the 24/7 championship, and he even won a Slammy Award on top of that. But Gronkowski had previously retired after the 2018 season with the Patriots because of injuries. The 2010 second-round draft pick out of Arizona largely credits Tom Brady for setting the expectations for his career, and it was Brady who summoned him out of retirement in 2020 to play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Though their personalities differed immensely, Gronkowski, playful, fun-loving, and never known to have a bad day by coaches or teammates. Brady, methodical and intense. They developed a close connection both on and off the field. Tom Brady, in an Instagram post, teammate, friend, brother, just a few of the words that come to mind when I think of Gronk. Nobody has ever embodied the idea of leaving it all out on the field like Rob has throughout his entire career. Every single snap, I knew that no matter how many people you put in front of him, he was going to get to his spot. Even more important is the person he was off the field, focused when he had to be and fun the rest of the time. Having Gronk in your locker room was every NFL player's dream. I'm proud of all that we've accomplished together, and even more excited for all you have ahead of you. Congrats, Gronk. You deserve it. Those are the words of Tom Brady. Gronkowski is the second key member of the Buccaneers offense to retire this year, following guard. I got caught with a pop-up video. Okay. Gronkowski is the second key member of the Buccaneers offense to retire this year following guard Ali Marpet, who retired in February. Brady himself announced his retirement in February, only to unretire 40 days later. Without Gronkowski, the Buccaneers' depth chart at tight end for next season includes veteran Cameron Brate, 2022 draft picks Cade Otton in the 4th round, and Ko Kieft in the 6th round, and Cody McElroy. Gronkowski's breakthrough year came in 2011 when he set the NFL record for most receiving touchdowns by a tight end with 17. The year before, Gronkowski unveiled what became known as his signature move, the Gronk Spike, where he forcefully slammed the ball onto the field after every touchdown he scored. Gronkowski won 4 Super Bowls, 3 with the Patriots, 49, 51, and 53, and 1 with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2020 and 55, a game in which he had 2 touchdowns, or tutties, as he liked to call them. And Jason Leet, the general manager of the Bucs, in a statement said, "Rob is a true professional who left it all on the field for us the last 2 seasons and helped establish a championship culture in our building. He played a crucial part in our Super Bowl 55 championship season in 2020 and battled through a number of injuries last year while on the way to one of the most productive receiving yardage seasons in his 11-year career. It is always difficult to see a great player walk away from the game when he is still enjoying that kind of success, but the overwhelming emotions I feel today are gratitude and respect for one of the greatest tight ends who ever played the game. While his on-field accomplishments will surely earn him a gold jacket and a place in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, it is his humble attitude and team-first approach to the game that truly defined his career." Gronkowski was named a first-team All-Pro in 2011, 14, 15, and 17, was picked to 5 Pro Bowls, 2011, 2012, 14, 15, and 17, led the NFL in receiving touchdowns in 2011 and was named NFL Comeback Player of the Year in 2014, named to the NFL's 2010s All-Decade Team and its 100th anniversary all-time team. He leaves the game with the most career touchdowns by a tight end in postseason history, 15, and the second most at any position, behind only receiver Jerry Rice, who had 22. Also has the most 100-yard games by a tight end in NFL history and the most total touchdowns in a single season by a tight end in league history, 18 in 2011. Gronkowski's 92 total career touchdowns are 12th most in NFL history and 3rd most at the tight end position behind Antonio Gates at 116 and Tony Gonzalez, 111. He was the only tight end in NFL history to post 3 seasons of 1,000 yards receiving and 10-plus touchdowns, those coming in 2011, 2014, and 2015. So, as a fan of the game, I definitely appreciated his efforts, no question about it. As a Buffalo Bills fan, not so much because, he had a lot of success against the Buffalo Bills, obviously, a lot of that because of Tom Brady and all those dominant years that New England had it with Buffalo. And I know Matt feels the same way about the Miami Dolphins, but I'll tell you what, fun to watch. He's definitely among the greatest tight ends of all time. He's right up there with your Shannon Sharps and your Antonio Gates and your Tony Gonzalez's and your Ozzie Newsomes and so much more. And we'll wait and see how long this lasts. But for right now, congratulations, Gronk, on a fabulous career, a fantastic career, and a well-deserved retirement. Let's see how long this one lasts. So there isn't much more to say on that. So move on to our next story. This from the NHL. A little bit of a surprise here. Paul Maurice has been hired as the new head coach of the Florida Panthers, replacing interim coach Andrew Brunette, the team announced yesterday. Panthers general manager Bill Zito said in a statement, "At the completion of our season, we began an in-depth examination of all aspects of our team. After taking the appropriate amount of time for analysis, we determined that we needed the perfect fit to continue with the growth of our players and stay on the path for our franchise goals. Paul's experience and intellect were just what we were looking for, and we are thrilled for him to step into the role of head coach." Maurice stepped down from the Winnipeg Jets after 29 games this season, ending a 9-year stint with the franchise. He has coached 1,685 regular season NHL games, the 4th most in NHL history, and his 7th in career wins with 775. He previously coached the Winnipeg Jets, Carolina Hurricanes, Hartford Whalers, and Toronto Maple Leafs. The experience was a key factor in his hiring in Florida, according to a source. While other coaching candidates were rumored, the Panthers zeroed in on Maurice when there was mutual interest, vetting him on everything from his coach. And Andrew Brunette replaced Joe Quenneville as head coach on October 29th. And Quenneville resigned after a report was released that detailed how the Chicago Blackhawks mishandled allegations that a player was sexually abused by an assistant coach in 2010 when Quenneville was the team's head coach. So, Michael Bullock, I mean, we start this one off with you here. And the Florida Panthers, here they are coming off of the most successful regular season they ever had in history, winning their first ever President's Trophy, had the best record in the NHL this year. And Andrew Brunette, when he took over, was a big part of that. But yet, they decide not to move forward with him as the head coach, and they replace him with Paul Maurice. Interesting.
Yeah, that is a pretty interesting move here. I mean, I thought they would make Andrew Brunette the permanent coach, but I mean, after what we saw, what happened with the Florida Panthers, I mean, winning that President's Trophy, and you're thinking he's going to become the permanent coach, but no, they decided to go in a different direction and go with Paul Maurice as the permanent head coach. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, some people may like it, but in this case, I disagree with this decision. I mean, you should stick with what got you to the success you had this past season, and make Andrew the permanent coach. So I think this is a move that could basically come back and bite him eventually, but we'll wait and see how it goes. But for right now, I'm a little critical of this decision here. So Florio, I mean, as I give it to you, as the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, but they obviously wanted somebody with more experience. That's probably what they were looking for.
I get that, but if you had the success that the Panthers had, why not stick with the guy that got you to this point?
This is true, but Andrew Brunette was on track to receive a contract extension heading into the Stanley Cup playoffs. He led the Florida Panthers to the franchise's first President's Trophy as the top regular season team in the league. They were the NHL's highest scoring team since the 95-96 season. I would imagine it had to be the Detroit Red Wings that year. Brunette became the first interim coach since Craig Berube of the St. Louis Blues in 2019 to earn a Jack Adams Award nomination. The Florida Panthers eliminated the Washington Capitals in 6 games for the franchise's first playoff series win since they defeated the Pittsburgh Penguins in 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals in 1996. But the Panthers were swept by the rival Tampa Bay Lightning in the second round, scoring just 3 goals in the series. Brunette's coaching decisions were questioned, leading the Panthers to explore other options in the offseason. It is, however, expected that Brunette will be offered a chance to remain with the organization. And Maurice signed a multi-year contract. So, but here's the thing, though. Paul Maurice is, he's got a good track record. I mean, let's not forget, 2002, 20 years ago, he took the Carolina Hurricanes to the Stanley Cup Finals in what was a Cinderella playoff run for them in 2002. Unfortunately, they did not win the Stanley Cup for them, of course. They lost in 5 games. and ran into the buzzsaw that was the Detroit Red Wings. The Detroit Red Wings were the odds-on favorites to win it all that year, and they flexed their muscle in that final 20 years ago, and Maurice was the man responsible for that, and he had some very good years. Of course, another great Maurice moment was in 2018 when he took the Winnipeg Jets all the way to the Western Conference Finals before they lost in 5 games to the Vegas Golden Knights when the Vegas Golden Knights were in their inaugural season. MF and I were so intrigued by that matchup. We took that series, and you know, that's how intrigued we were, because these were 2 teams that came out of absolute nowhere. And they were playing for the Clarence Campbell Bowl and for the right to go to the Stanley Cup Finals. And Maurice almost added his name to a long list of legendary coaches that have taken 2 or more teams to the Stanley Cup Finals. And he could have added it, but that did not happen. He only took Carolina to the final 20 years ago in 2002. So I know he hasn't had any major resounding success, but you know, he brings a lot of experience. And he definitely has that Stanley Cup playoff experience. And in a sense, I kind of feel Andrew Brunette got a raw deal here. I mean, he was the guy, you know, when he took over for Joel Quenneville, the end of October. I mean, Florida went on this incredible run, and it led them to their first ever President's Trophy. And unfortunately, they fell victim to the infamous President's Trophy curse. And I think the 2013 Chicago Blackhawks were the last President's Trophy winners to win the Stanley Cup. So they got by Washington, but then Tampa, we saw how Florida got absolutely manhandled in that series. Only 3 goals in 4 games, not going to get it done. And that's obviously what the suits and obviously the suits were like, this isn't going to work. So they went back to the drawing board, and they got a very experienced coach. And, you know, it'll be interesting to see if they can duplicate that success they had this past season going into next season. So whether we like the move or not, we wish Paul Maurice the absolute best in his new endeavor. And we'll see if the Florida Panthers will be one of those Eastern Conference contenders going into next season. So not much more to say. MF, Doc, Andrew Brunette out, Paul Maurice in as the head coach of the Florida Panthers, coming off of their first ever President's Trophy season.
Yeah, it kind of was a little bit shocking. I think a lot of people thought that, you know, maybe this was a decision that they would go with, and then the next thing we know, we see that trade happened, that move happened, and we're thinking, you know, why would Florida do a move like that? You got a coach that was able to help the team stay on the course that they were doing, you know, turn it around, getting yourself to a President's Trophy, getting yourself out there. Maybe they're thinking with this head coaching move, a guy who has Stanley Cup experience, a guy who's been to a Stanley Cup final, that maybe this is the final piece of the puzzle. Maybe there was some internal stuff that we did not know about, a la the Bruce Cassidy, with the reports that I was getting about the Cassidy firing when he got let go. Maybe there was some internal stuff that we don't know about, but I don't think there was, because from all indications that I was hearing, at least when it comes to Florida, that, you know, there wasn't any drama. So maybe it's that the management of Florida was thinking, he got us here, but maybe that's the best he can get us. We want somebody that can get us to the Stanley Cup final, get us to a Stanley Cup. So with as many coaches as there was out there this year, and as crazy as it's been with the coaching carousel, and we've talked about it, Anthony, for the last few weeks. With guys like when you got guys like Bruce Cassidy out there, then you had John Tortorella out there. There still is Barry Trotz out there, and these guys were available at the time. Florida was probably thinking, this is our opportunity. This is a chance for us to make a big splash and then get the coach of the future and have that parlay into something special. Maybe getting a coach and then getting a couple of pieces around them would be the final piece of the puzzle that they're going to need to get to the world title. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that this could go out. There's a lot of things that we could talk about here, but at the end of the day, I was shocked about this as well, just like you guys were, but, it is what it is. So nothing more to say. And Anthony, back to you.
MF, keep your mic on because I believe we turn to you next because, ladies and gentlemen, you want back by popular demand after the resounding success we had with this last summer. Our new summertime staple is back. Good old MF, Michael Fletcher, and his weekly reports on the Big Three basketball. Big Three basketball just started their new season. MF, get excited. But then again, I already know you are.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the water, somebody decided to throw the fireball at you. Yup, the Big Three is back, better than ever, bigger than ever. You know the 12 teams. You know them. You love them. New teams, new attitude. The Fireball 3 is back. The Bring the Fire is back. A new CBS, the home of the Big Three. But this year, welcome the Zone. Welcome YouTube TV. And there's a new company too that was outside of the U.S. They're going to be the broadcasting partners for the Big Three throughout the season this upcoming season. So we tip our cap to Fight TV. Thank you for all the services you did last season. The Zone and YouTube TV, welcome aboard. And then of course CBS, the mothership. We love you guys, and you guys have always been killing it. Ice Cube and the boys have been killing it. He's lining this up, getting ready for it. Here it goes, guys. 10 weeks of competition, starting in Chicago at the Credit Union 1 Arena, and all roads this year leads to the ATL in Hotlanta, the home of the Atlanta Braves, the World Series champion. State Farm Arena in Atlanta is the home of the championship game for this year's Big Three. They just added their name to a long list to Las Vegas, Nevada, and the MGM Grand Garden. That was season 1. To the Barclays in Brooklyn in season 2. To season 3, where the final was held at the Staples Center in LA. That was season 3. There was no season 4 due to COVID. The next year they came back, threw it into the Atlantis at the Bahamas. This year's Big Three final in the ATL in Hotlanta. They're gonna be kicking it. They're gonna be kicking it for the whole darn summer, man. So 12 teams, 6 games. So here we go. Game number 1, the first game of the Big Three, and we started it out with the triplets. They went up against Trilogy, and the triplets won the first game of the season, winning it 51-45. And in this game, it was all about Ice-O Joe. Joe Johnson, the MVP just 2 years ago of the Big Three, when him as Lisa Leslie helped that team get to the Big Three title just a couple of years ago. Joe Johnson picks up where he left off in his MVP year just a couple of years ago and has dominated yet again. 30 points, 8 rebounds. Jeremy Pargo had an amazing game with 16 points and 5 rebounds in the losing effort. For Trilogy, James White had 21 points. Isaiah Briscoe had 20 points with 5 rebounds in the losing effort. Of course, Trilogy, the triplets, 1-0. Trilogy falls to 0-1. Then in the game of the day, it was the Ghost Ballers versus the Three-Headed Monsters. And when this one was all said and done, the Ghost Ballers won the game 53-50. Now, wait a minute. You're like, wait a minute, what? Hold on. Mike, I thought the thing is that the first team to 50 wins. Yes, but in the case that it's too close, you need to win by 2. Now, 53-50, that's your final score. And it was really 3 guys that did it for the Ghost Ballers. Mike Taylor had 18 points with 6 rebounds. Chris Johnson with 13 points and 7 rebounds. And Jermaine Taylor had 11 points or 2 rebounds and an assist in the winning effort. The Three-Headed Monsters was led by Kevin Murphy, 28 points with 9 rebounds, and Rashad Lewis, 18 points with 8 rebounds in the game. Ghost Ballers 1-0, and Three-Headed Monsters 0-1. And in the final game of the first day of the Big Three, it was the Killer Threes going up against the Ball Hogs. Killer Threes dominated this game, won it very easily, 50-33. This was unbelievable. This was domination the whole way through. Dominique Johnson had 16 points, a rebound, and 3 assists in the game. You had Josh Powell, 15 points with 7 rebounds, and Dante Green, 15 points with 2 rebounds, had a steal and a block and an assist in the winning effort. Will McDonald, the only guy in double figures for the Ball Hogs with 13 points and 7 rebounds. Jody Meeks had 9 points. Stacey Davis had 9 points in the losing effort. And unfortunately, Leandro Barboza was not available. I don't know if it was a COVID-related thing, but he did not play in the game. Once he gets out there, I think Ball Hogs will be fine. Leandro Barboza is the captain of the team. They just didn't have him out there, and you could tell they were definitely in trouble. They didn't really play that great, but, it is what it is. So, now, into the Sunday coverage. We started out with the game of the day, and it was the first game out. It was Bivouac going up against Three's Company. Three's Company wins the game 50-47. And it was Michael Beasley. Boy, did he have himself a house party. 26 points, 4 rebounds in the win. Mario Chalmers, 10, 6, and 5 in the effort as well. And then for Bivouac, as it was Gerald Green leading all scorers for his team, almost a double-double, 26 points, 9 rebounds. And then Corey Brewer had a good game as well. 16 and 5 for Bivouac as Three's Company wins their first game of the Big Three. Then in the second game, we had the Aliens going up against the Enemies. And when it was all said and done, the Enemies wins Aliens winning it 52-44. Very good game on this one, as it was Dusan Belonte. Oh my goodness, this man is going to be an MVP candidate. 4 3-pointers in the game, and yes, he dropped a 4-point bomber on it as well. 22 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists in the win. Kirchis Lemes, also 18 points and 5 rebounds. And Deshaun Stevenson had 12 points with 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Then over on the enemy side, you had yourself Zach Henry, 13 points with 2 rebounds. Elijah Stewart, I should say, 12 points with 5 rebounds. And Isaiah Austin, yes, Isaiah Austin, you know about his story, of course, because tonight is the NBA draft. We'll get into our draft special next week, 1 week from tonight. Isaiah Austin was drafted a few years ago after suffering morphine syndrome, which was a heart condition that forced him out of the NBA. He got selected just a couple of years ago as the number 1 overall pick in the Big Three. Had already proven to be a big difference maker, was the Rookie of the Year. Now in his second season, starts out with 11 points and 4 rebounds. Very, very impressive performance for Isaiah Austin, and we hope to see him continue to thrive during the season. And then the final game was Power versus Tri-State. Power absolutely dominates and destroys Tri-State 50-35, and it was it was really 2 guys that dominated this game. TJ Klein, 16 points with 3 rebounds, but Glenn Rice Jr., 23 points and 6 rebounds in the game. Nancy Lieberman has got her team dialed in, and I'm going to say it, guys. Power looks like they are a threat this year. They won the championship in season 2. They had the great confetti moment at the Barclays winning the championship. I was there to witness it. I'm telling you right now, guys, Power looks like they are at it again. They look like they're the team to beat going into this season. Tri-State had Justin Dimon, 13 points. DeJuan Summers also had 11 points in the losing effort. And that is week 1. Now, for week 2 of the Big Three, guys, coming up, let's set up for week 2. And what we got for week 2, guys, we got is Three's Company will go up against Tri-State. We got the Ball Hogs versus the Ghost Ballers. And we're going to have Bivouac. They are going to be going up, and Bivouac will be going up against the Enemies. That's on Saturday. And then on Sunday, we got the Aliens versus Triplets. We got the Three-Headed Monsters. They're going up against Power. And then the final game is going to be Trilogy versus the Killer 3. So that's all going to be at the Credit Union 1 Arena in Chicago. And that will start us out with the Big Three in 2022. The first 2 games, I'm going to say it, the first 2 games will be on CBS. Tri-State and Three's Company, Triplets and Aliens will be on CBS. And then the third game, Ghost Ballers versus Ball Hogs, that will be on YouTube, Fira, and the Zone. And then on Sunday, all 3 games, Three-Headed Monsters versus Power, Enemies versus Bivouac, and Killer Threes versus Trilogy, all those games will be on the Zone and YouTube TV. So check your local listings for the time and places in your area. All games starts at 1 p.m. on Saturday. The Sunday slate tips off at 3 p.m. That's it for the Big Three for week 1, Anthony. Back to you.
All right. Great job, MF. And I'm very pleased with my team, Three's Company, starting out with a win. I'm very happy about that. Hopefully it'll lead to some big success for them this year. And you already know the story of why I love this team. Obviously named, when you hear that name, you can't help but think of one of the greatest sitcoms of all time and one of my personal favorites, Three's Company. So, yes, indeed. So look forward to your next one. And it's going to be, we're going to have a special one on Wednesday night. on Wednesday Night Madness as part of our one of our rare crossover moments. Because as you know, a week from tonight, we got our big NBA draft show next week. So, and you know, that's going to be very time consuming. So we want to, focus on that next week. So with that being said, let's get into the main event of the evening. The other half of our main event, our double main event, that was the first half. The other half, the 2022 NHL Awards. They were handed out this past week, and well, here we go. They were handed out in a ceremony that was on, I think it was on ESPN, that was hosted by Kenan Thompson. And here we are. The winners, as follows. From the bottom to the top here. If I miss any, I apologize. So let's get it here. Starting it off with the Jack Adams Award for Coach of the Year. That went to Daryl Sutter of the Calgary Flames. He won that. Michael Bullock, good news for you. Your buddy, your boy, Patrice Bergeron of your Boston Bruins, capturing the Frank J. Selkie Trophy for Best Defensive Forward. The Bill Masterton Trophy, that went to Carey Price of the Montreal Canadiens. The King Clancy Trophy went to PK Subban. And the Lady Byng Award, a little fun story here. MF and I, especially back in our junior high days, we used to always have a little fun with this award. Because the Lady Byng Award, we all know it goes to the most gentlemanly player, the honorable, upstanding, no-nonsense player, and that's how I've always been. And MF and I know this award very well. And it went to Kyle Connor. Kyle Connor was the winner, was the recipient of this year's team. He represents the Winnipeg Jets, and I apologize for not knowing some of the teams for some of these players. And PK Subban, most recently, I believe he plays with the New Jersey Devils. So he's with the New Jersey Devils. So that's who he plays for. And Carey Price, who, of course, the only goalie to ever win the Hart Memorial Trophy, with the Montreal Canadiens, as we all know. He won the Masterton Award, and that's it. So the all-rookie team, goaltender Jeremy Swayman of the Boston Bruins. And, of course, we have defensemen Alexandre Carrier and Moritz Seider. And the forwards were Michael Bunting, Lucas Raymond, and Trevor Zegras. They represent the all-rookie team. Second all-star team, the goaltender Jacob Markstrom. I believe he's with the Calgary Flames. For defensemen, it was Victor Hedman of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Charlie McAvoy of Michael Bullock's Boston Bruins. And for the second all-star team, forwards, Connor McDavid of the Edmonton Oilers, Matthew Tkachuk, I believe he's with the St. Louis Blues, and Jonathan Huberdeau from the Florida Panthers. And for the first all-star team, goaltender Igor Shesterkin of the New York Rangers, defenseman Cale Makar of the Colorado Avalanche, Roman Josi, I believe he's with Nashville. I could be wrong. And the forwards, Austin Matthews and Mitchell Marner of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Johnny Gaudreau of the Calgary Flames. So there you go. The Vezina Trophy to the league's best goaltender, Igor Shesterkin of the New York Rangers, and he ran away with it. 29 out of 32 first place votes for a total of 154 points, had 101 points more than the runner-up, who was Jacob Markstrom of the Calgary Flames. 53 points for Markstrom. And UC Saros of the Nashville Predators rounded out the nominees. But Igor Shesterkin winning the Vezina Trophy, only the third New York Ranger to win the award. First it was John Van Beesbrook. I believe it was in 1986. And the other to do it, of course, the king himself, Henrik Lundqvist. And the Ranger season may not have gone the way MF and I wanted to, but hey, Igor got the last laugh. That's all I'm going to say on that. A well-deserved Vezina Trophy. No other goalie was even close to him. Maybe Andrei Vasilevsky, maybe Markstrom, maybe Euros, but no. This was Igor's year. That's all there is to it. And I know MF will agree with me when I get to him. But next up, the Calder Trophy for Rookie of the Year. The winner of that, Moritz Seider of the Detroit Red Wings. He was the winner. His fellow nominees were Michael Bunting of the Toronto Maple Leafs and Trevor Zegras of the Anaheim Ducks. Seider, the winner of that, he wins the Calder for Rookie of the Year. The Ted Lindsay Award, the winner of that was Austin. I think this is the Players Award. I think this is the award that the players vote on. Austin Matthews of the Toronto Maple Leafs was the winner. The other nominees were Roman Josi and Connor McDavid. Austin Matthews, the winner in that. The Norris Trophy for the league's best defenseman. The winner, Cale Makar of the Colorado Avalanche, and it was a tight race. He just eked out Roman Josi. He finished only 25 points ahead of Roman Josi. It was a very close race, and Victor Hedman was the other nominee, but Cale Makar of the Colorado Avalanche, the winner of the Norris Trophy for best defenseman. And the big one, the Hart Memorial Trophy for the league's most valuable player. The winner of that, Austin Matthews of the Toronto Maple Leafs, beating out Connor McDavid and Igor Shesterkin. And those are your winners. So I'll say it like this. Austin Matthews, well-deserving of the Hart Memorial, a 60-goal scorer during the regular season, a fantastic season for the Toronto Maple Leafs, even though it did not go the way they wanted to. Another first-round disappointing loss to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Had the Lightning down 3-2, but Tampa came back and won in 7. Cale Makar, the winner of the Norris for the Colorado Avalanche, and just one of the many incredible young talents that make the Colorado Avalanche such a damn fun team to watch. And I can't tell you how fun that team is to watch. And they are now one win away from winning the Stanley Cup, and they could do it on their home ice tomorrow night against the Tampa Bay Lightning. And Cale Makar, one of the many reasons why they are where they are right now. And fantastic young defenseman. He's going to be around for a long time. He's going to be a star, no doubt about that. The Lindsay Award going to Austin Matthews. That's more of a player's award than anything else. And had a great year, no doubt about that. And Moritz Seider winning the Calder. I don't know much about this young man, but he had a fantastic season for the Detroit Red Wings. And I know the Red Wings are not as fun to watch as they once were, but Moritz Seider, I mean, what a great first year for this young man. When capturing the prestigious Calder Award, he had 7 goals and 43 assists and 50 points. And, he had 4 game-winning goals during the regular season. And, and credit where credit is due, winning the Calder. Of course, Igor Shesterkin. What can you say about him? I mean, just an incredible season, and definitely the heart and soul of the New York Rangers, and just how he played this season, literally standing on his head this season. 36 wins, 13 losses, 4 overtime losses, a 207 goals against average, a 935 save percentage, 6 shutouts during the regular season, and went 10-9 in the playoffs with a 259 goals against and a 929 save percentage. Unfortunately, no shutouts, but that was just an incredible season for him. Very deserving of this award. MF and I are not at all surprised that he won it, and just an amazing year for him. And to the All-Star teamers and the rookie teamers, congrats on your wins. And Kyle Connor for winning the Lady Byng, the gentlemanly player, PK Subban winning the Clancy Award, Carey Price with the Masterton, Bergeron. I mean, I believe this is not the first time he's won the Selkie Award. I think he's won it on multiple occasions. I know Michael Bullock's got to be very pleased about that. Big honor for the Bruins. And Daryl Sutter winning the Adams Award for the Coach of the Year. With all due respect, I mean, he had a great year with the Calgary Flames. Don't get us wrong, but if I'm going to be quite honest with you, I know it's going to make MF and I sound like homers, but in our opinion, we think Gerard Gallant should have won that award. I mean, with what he did for the New York Rangers in his first year, I mean, getting them all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals before, unfortunately, coughing it up to the Tampa Bay Lightning when we literally had them down, and we let it get away. And Coach Gallant and Igor Shesterkin, two of the many reasons why the New York Rangers had the year that they had this past year, and we never would have gotten this far if not for them. So we're very thankful and appreciative of their efforts, and we're over the moon for Igor Shesterkin to win the Vezina, a very high ranking award. It's the most prestigious award for a goalie, and it's the big one here. Hang on one second here. I actually did miss some awards. And Anze Kopitar of the Los Angeles Kings won the Mark Messier NHL Leadership Award. And Noel Acton from the Tenderbridge Foundation won the Willie O'Ree Community Hero Award. Lane Hudson, the Jay McGuire Award of Excellence. And I don't know who won the General Manager of the Year award, but I got everybody else. So I just missed
Lou Amarillo of the New York Islanders won the Jim Gregory General Manager of the Year.
Huh. All right. A little surprising there. The Islanders didn't really do much. That's well, actually, they have. I don't think they've announced that award winner yet, because they announced it. Lamorello won it last year, MF. Julian Brisebois of the Tampa Bay Lightning, Chris Drury of the New York Rangers, and Joe Sakic of the Colorado Avalanche.
But it hasn't been announced yet.
Yeah, it has not been announced yet. I don't know when that's going to be announced, but this was just announced a couple of days ago. So, well, we already know about Julian Brisebois' body of work. I mean, he's the guy who put together the Tampa Bay Lightning. And, okay, the winner's going to be announced during the NHL draft in Montreal on July 7th and 8th.
Okay.
So that's why we haven't had a winner yet. Of course, Chris Drury took over as GM last May and immediately made an impact through a flurry of moves, including Frank Petrano, Andrew Kopp, Barclay Goodrow, and Ryan Reeves. Helped take the Rangers to the Eastern Conference Finals. Drury played 12 years in the NHL, winning the Stanley Cup with the Colorado Avalanche in 2001. We talked about Brisebois. After building a team that won consecutive Stanley Cups, he was tasked with keeping the band together for a third run. They're playing for the Cup again after adding key depth pieces in Nick Paul, Brandon Hagel, and Corey Perry, among others. And, of course, the great Joe Sakic. Currently looking to become a Stanley Cup winner as both a player and a GM, while leading the Avalanche to the final this year. Among the additions he brought in include Darcy Kemper, Josh Manson, and Arturi Leikonen. And he built part of the depth core through the likes of Valerie Nichushkin, Devin Tays, and Andrei Burakovsky, among other additions in recent years. And he's got the Avs right where they want them, right where he wants them. Tomorrow night, possibly at this time, we could be talking about the Colorado Avalanche as Stanley Cup champions. Very possible. So the Stanley Cup will be at the Ball Arena, formerly the Pepsi Center in Denver, tomorrow night. So will we see it, or will we have to wait until at least Sunday to see it? We don't know. We're going to have to wait and find out. But nonetheless, congratulations to all the winners. Well-deserving. And, of course, the one that I'm the most happy about, as is MF, of course, it is Igor Shesterkin of the New York Rangers winning the Vezina. So not much more to say. MF, you heard the winners. Mm-hmm. Don't get us wrong. We're happy for all the winners. Don't get us wrong. But, of course, we cannot help but be grinning, literally, like the Cheshire Cat for our boy, Igor Shesterkin, winning the Vezina Trophy, and rightfully so.
Mm-hmm. The way you guys think about it is you got, like you said, a lot of the guys that were out there were most deserving of it, you know. And look, you got to give look, as far as it goes, the Selkie Award going to Patrice Bergeron, guys, this is his 5th win. He's won 5 of them, Anthony. That's why you kind of glossed over it. But here's the thing. With those 5 wins, he has now won the award more than any player in NHL history. 5 of them. And that's unbelievable. No other player has come even close. The only other player that has done it, you got to go to Bob Guiney. Back in when the award was first handed out in 1977, he won it for the 77-78, 78-79, 79-80, 80-81. He won this 4 in a row. The other guy who is even close to it was Pavel Datsyuk of the Detroit Red Wings, and he won that award 3 years in a row from 2007 to 2010, and now Patrice Bergeron has won it 5 times: 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2014, 2015, 2016 to 2017, and now 2021, 2022 for this award. Without a doubt, that's unbelievable. That's unreal for a guy to do that 5 times, but he did. You can talk about different other awards and everything else. But yeah, you even said it, Anthony. To see the award given to Igor Shesterkin to win the Vezina, the last Ranger to do it was the King, Henrik Lundqvist, and well-deserved. I think a lot of people even said it, that, you know, right now he was going to be the top goaltender. There were some talk about maybe outside shot at the Hart Memorial, even though I know it was either going to be Austin Matthews or Connor McDavid, that there was an outside shot at it. But, you know, give credit where credit's due. Matthews had an amazing year, and he was well deserving of this award to get the Hart Memorial. That's the big award. That's the biggest of them all, and his first win. He's won this one for the first time in his career. He's never won the Hart Memorial. He was never named the MVP. Now he is. Like I said, he definitely deserves this moment. And without a doubt, this is going to be a great, great, great moment in his career for him. And he is about to raise the bar. The bar has been raised for him to win it for the first time. Congratulations on that. Now the question becomes, what's next? We'll have to wait and see. But without a doubt, incredible, incredible season for all the teams, for all the players. Congratulations to everybody winning the awards. Nothing more to say. Michael Bullock, quick thought.
Bullock, are you there? All right.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, this. Yeah, like you said, I mean, this was I'm so happy about Patrice Bergeron getting another Selkie Award. I mean, yeah, I mean, to me, like you said, with Gerard Gallant, I mean, I think he should have been the coach of the year for what he did with this New York Rangers team. But yeah, and then of course Austin Matthews with his award, and but all in all, I mean, this was a big night for everyone. I'm just going to keep it short and sweet and just simply say congratulations to all the winners that won this award. So, yeah, now comes the ultimate matter of will we see a new Stanley Cup champion come tomorrow night? So we'll wait and see. So nothing more to say. Let's wrap it up, Florio.
That's exactly what we're going to do. That will put the bow on this latest installment of TXN Sports World. We want to thank you all so very much for tuning in. As always, we'll be back. Bullock and I will be back with you on MF. Will not because MF has due to work commitments beyond its control. MF will not be with us tomorrow night for the Cerebral Smack Talk. Instead, it'll be myself and Michael Bullock, as we will have our reviews of Friday Night SmackDown and AEW Rampage, and we're going to preview the AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling epic pay-per-view event, Forbidden Door, that goes down this Sunday night from the United Center in Chicago. We're going to have our preview of that. So that'll be tomorrow, 11 p.m., following Rampage. And then right back here on the Tone 25. And then Monday night, we got Ridiculously Raw. We'll review Monday Night Raw, my latest Tony's Take. Of course, it'll be Money in the Bank week next week because, it'll be that Monday Night Raw. And let's not forget, Monday Night Raw, Monday night, John Cena, the 20th anniversary of John Cena. That's what it's going to be. That's what we're going to be. That's going to be the main selling point of that show, obviously. And of course, my latest Tony's Take on Impact Wrestling and NXT Level Up. And then Wednesday, we got Wednesday Night Madness. I believe we'll have our review of the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. And we'll also get into NXT 2.0 and AEW Dynamite. And MF will have his latest Big Three basketball report on that show, only because next Thursday night here on TXN Sports World, a very special edition of TXN Sports World, it'll be our complete 2022 NBA draft recap, team-by-team grades, as we always do. That'll be next week, and then obviously Cerebral Smack Talk after that. So that's it. So until tomorrow night for the Cerebral Smack Talk, right back here on this channel here, Anthony Florio here, for good old MF Michael Fletcher, for Michael Bullock, and in spirit, the First Lady Dee Dee Woodson. You know the routine, everybody. Thumbs up. Talk to you later. Yeah. Throw it up Fortune Forest style. Bye for now, my friends. God bless. Be good to each other. Have a blessed Friday. And until tomorrow night for the Cerebral Smack Talk, you've been watching TXN Sports World right here on the Tone 25 on YouTube and StreamYard.com. For everybody who has been a part of this one, for now, Anthony Florio, so long. Bye, everybody. Bye.